So Nima, thank you very much for joining Future Net Zero. I would like to ask you about the nano diamond battery that NDB develops, how this kind of battery promises to change the world.
Sure. So basically, NDB on its own have different merits. One is that it uses the nuclear waste and converts that to something good, which basically is over there. And the second is the possibility of having batteries which would run for much longer time than the current batteries which are existing. So these are the two interesting promises that we have.
Mm-hmm. So how this battery works, because we know that it's made of nuclear waste and can last even for 28,000 years.
Correct. So this battery is made of radioisotopes. So radioisotopes could be extracted through different methods. One is nuclear waste, another one is to manufacture them, and so on. So mainly we are using alpha particles, alpha voltaics, and we extract the power out of them. So as you know, different radioisotopes have different half-lives, and based on that, it can basically last for different duration of time. So it can start from few seconds and go up to 90 years, hundreds of years, and so on. So that's basically what the core technology is based on. So we have different methods on collecting this charge, so specifically using diamond, and we have different methods of securing this charge, basically securing the structure from the radiations that is coming out of this radioisotope, which is again using diamond and different type of terminations and dopants within this structure. And beyond that, we have a control system over there, which basically converts the voltage, and we have the energy storage part, which stores it for some duration. So together, this mechanism is allowing us to deliver the energy which is required for different type of applications, ranging from very low voltage applications to high power applications like electric vehicles and so on.
When do you expect to see this battery in the market? And I would like to ask you to give us a little bit more about the research and development behind this nano diamond technology. I mean, when it started, and if you have already managed to create a battery that will last 28,000 years.
Sure. So in terms of the go-to-market, we should be able to have the battery for mobile phone, basically mobile phones, and further to that, consumer electronics is starting from 3 years ahead. So let's say 3 years from now, we should be able to deliver something in relation to that. Mainly, we have lots of regulatory and compliance that we have to go and finalize with UL laboratory, UL, and so on. But beyond that, I think we are in a good place. We started this project from 2012. The business was structured later in the time, and now we are basically in the process of developing the prototype.
Mm-hmm. So in 3 years' time, we will be able to have a nano diamond battery that will last 28,000 years or less than that.
So 28,000 years is for very, very low power required applications. So let's put it that way. So 28,000 years is going to be for applications which are very niche. Okay. What we are discussing over here is what basically will be for mobile phones, or mainly in 3 years' time is mobile phones. And we are discussing something in the region of 9 years for these mobile phones. So it's not going to be 20,000 years. So every application based on the isotope that we are using is going to basically have different lifetime. So the one that you're speaking 28,000 years is going to be definitely in application, which is mainly in deep space and so on. And it's not going to use the high amount of power.
Mm-hmm. Which was the biggest challenge during the development of the battery? During all this period of the research, I mean, the biggest challenge was to find great sources of diamonds or other structures or other materials.
I mean, every piece of what we have done over the last 8 years has been a challenge. So I can start and mention some of them. So one was the funding side. So this project was quite had heavy requirement of funding. So that was a big challenge. So we tried to cover it ourselves mainly. Beyond that, there was a challenge on the components and technical side. So access to radioisotopes is quite difficult. So getting those and getting laboratories which allow us the use of those were quite difficult at the time. Passing that, there was not much of knowledge around this, so it was quite a core structural challenge to get the data out of these and see how they behave in different kind of environments. Then the next challenge was the diamond itself, as you mentioned. So production of diamond was quite expensive, so we had to come through the solutions to reduce this production. The next challenge was how to collect it and increase the efficiency of this charge collection. So that was another challenge. Beyond that, we went to the radiation side, so to have the safety around it and avoid the radiation coming out of the battery itself. There were like many challenges involved, because if you are using alpha particles, we have involvement of alpha, beta, and gamma radiations out of this device. So we had to have solutions which can overcome these radiations as well. So that was another challenge. And then again, going beyond that, the structure and how put these stacks together and how make it possible for industry was another challenge. So there were a lot of things we went through over these years to get to the point that we are, to be confident enough that we can basically now have the developed prototype and bring it into the market.
On my final question, I would like to ask you, Nima, regarding the announcement of the development of this nano diamond technology, if you have already attracted some interest from other brands to collaborate with you regarding these batteries.
Yes, so basically we have received enormous amount of traction, not just from individuals, private offices, venture capitals, and so on, but many large corporates across the world, which are very well known. Many of them are Fortune 500, in collaborating with us, or not just investing, partnership with us, being early customers, and so on. So we will have some announcements very soon around this, and I'd be very happy to basically inform you about those within the next few weeks prior to any other basic join.